This is Icon of the Seas, a massive 1,196-foot-long, 20-deck ship designed to carry up to 7,600 passengers. It's about 5.4 times bigger than the Titanic. Building something like this costs nearly $2 billion, and like most cruise ships, it only has around 25 years to recover that investment. That means decades of constant cleaning, maintenance, repairs, food supply, fuel costs, port charges, and thousands of staff working non-stop to keep everything running smoothly. Still, tickets can start as low as $150 per day, roughly the price of a decent hotel room, but with much more included.
So how does a business like this stay profitable? It comes down to optimizing everything, from the country the ship is registered in to its exact travel schedule. The cruise industry operates on thin margins at a huge scale, which forces companies to find smart ways to cut costs. One major factor is maritime law. The law of the sea, also known as Admiralty law.
Law of the sea, maritime admiralty law, has been overlaid on top of the common law. Okay, maritime admiralty law is the legal system, essentially. It's based on contract law or commercial law, because that's how the law of the sea works. I mean, it's the sea was used for commerce, trading between countries, and so countries needed to be able to have a common set of bargaining tools as such to trade with each other.
Most large cruise ships are registered under foreign flags. Because of this, they usually can't transport passengers strictly between U.S. ports unless the trip includes a stop at a foreign destination. If they skip that stop, they can face heavy fines. That's why many short Pacific cruises include a stop in Ensenada. It's just 50 miles from the U.S., but on a ship carrying thousands of passengers, it can save nearly $2 million in penalties. Of course, not every route is shaped the same way by these legal requirements.
Cruise companies also design their routes, pricing, and onboard experience based on the type of passengers they want to attract. This is where the industry divides into different segments. Cruises can vary in length and destination, but most fall into three main categories. Mainstream cruise lines focus on volume. They sell a large number of tickets at relatively low prices, sometimes so low that the ticket itself barely covers the actual cost of the trip. An average ticket might be around $1,500, but when you include food, fuel, staff salaries, marketing, and other operational costs, the total expense can be even higher. That's why the real profit begins after passengers step on board. If guests didn't spend anything beyond the ticket price, many cruise lines would struggle financially. Once on board, passengers become a captive market. On average, each person spends an extra $100 to $125 per day on things like drinks, specialty restaurants, Wi-Fi, and spa services. With limited alternatives, the cruise line holds a strong advantage. Spending patterns vary, though. Luxury travelers tend to spend more per person, while mass-market passengers spend less individually but make up for it in large numbers.
High-margin areas like casinos, spas, retail shops, and drinks play a huge role in profitability, which is why bringing your own items on board is often restricted. Cruise ships are also carefully designed to influence spending behavior. The route from your cabin to key areas like dining rooms often passes through bars, lounges, shops, and casinos, increasing the chances of impulse spending. Premium cruise lines follow a slightly different approach. Instead of relying heavily on onboard purchases, they generate more revenue up front through higher ticket prices. In return, passengers get a more relaxed and refined experience with fewer crowds and more time at destinations. At the luxury level, the model shifts even further. These ships carry fewer passengers, but each guest pays significantly more, making up for the smaller scale. Since these categories serve different audiences, major cruise companies often operate multiple brands to cover all segments. For example, Carnival owns Holland America, Princess Cruises, and Costa, while Royal Caribbean Group owns Celebrity and Silversea. This structure not only expands their market reach, but also reduces risk. If one brand faces issues, it doesn't necessarily impact the others. Older ships can also be reassigned within the same group to match different pricing and service levels. A cruise ship may offer vacations, but it never actually stops working. Demand in the cruise industry changes with the seasons. Between November and April, travelers escaping colder regions fill ships heading to the Caribbean. However, keeping too many ships in one region year-round is costly, and moving empty ships across oceans is even worse. To solve this, cruise lines turn relocation into an opportunity. When ships move from the Caribbean to Europe each year, they offer repositioning cruises. These are often one-way journeys, such as from Florida to Amsterdam. Instead of traveling empty, the ship continues generating revenue throughout the journey. As soon as one trip ends, the next one begins.
Turnaround day is one of the most intense operations in the entire process. In less than half a day, over 7,000 passengers disembark. The ship must then be cleaned, restocked, and prepared as if it's brand new. The process starts early in the morning as soon as the ship docks. Multiple trucks arrive carrying food and supplies, often totaling between 80 to 100 tons. Even before passengers wake up, luggage is already being unloaded. At the same time, waste is removed, crew shifts change, fuel is refilled, and fresh supplies are brought on board. This includes tens of thousands of eggs, thousands of gallons of beverages, and massive quantities of food. By mid-morning, passengers have left the ship. Then hundreds of cleaners rush to prepare thousands of cabins before the next group arrives. Alongside this, there's maintenance work, administrative tasks, and preparation for the next journey. By early afternoon, new passengers begin boarding, and by evening, the ship is already sailing again. The faster it reaches international waters, the sooner key revenue streams can begin operating.
Casinos, in particular, become highly profitable once the ship is at sea, thanks to fewer restrictions and a captive audience. Another major source of income is upgraded cabins like balconies and suites. These are so profitable that some ships even offer interior rooms with virtual balconies, using large screens to simulate an outside view. Meanwhile, the least desirable areas are reserved for crew members. On average, there is one crew member for every 2 passengers, but guests rarely see them outside of work. Crew members often work contracts lasting several months and spend most of their time in restricted areas. This system is possible partly because cruise ships can register in countries with more flexible labor laws. Many operate under flags of convenience, such as Panama or Liberia, allowing companies to significantly reduce labor costs. That's why crew members often come from countries like the Philippines or Indonesia, rather than higher-cost regions. In the end, the cruise business is not just about selling vacations. It's about building a carefully controlled floating economy where every space, every service, and every moment is designed to generate revenue. While it may appear to be all about relaxation, behind the scenes, it's a highly optimized system focused on maximizing profit from every passenger, every hour, and every part of the ship. When executed well, a $2 billion vessel becomes a powerful revenue-generating machine that earns money continuously while at sea.